Hello and welcome to News. I'm your host, and today we will be talking about some important rights you have here in the good old US of A. But before we get started, let's check the weather. The weather today is windy, a little bit rainy, yet still surprisingly warm for November. I wish it were normal November weather, but as I can't change the weather, I'm just gonna have to put up with it, and so are you. Now back to me in the studio. In America, we have many rights. Here are 3 rights which I consider to be some of the most important rights. The first right I'm talking about is the right to medical privacy. This includes HIPAA, which is a federal law passed in 1996, which basically means that medical professionals cannot give out identifying information about their patients without the patient's explicit consent. Medical privacy also includes matters of family planning, such as contraception, surgical sterilization, such as hysterectomies or vasectomies, and the right to a safe abortion. Another thing included in medical privacy is transgender healthcare. This can include gender-affirming surgeries as well as hormone replacement therapies. Some amendments that I consider to protect your right to medical privacy are the 5th Amendment, meaning you don't have to give out information, and the 9th Amendment, because it is a personal freedom and a right we hold in America, even if there isn't an amendment specifically about it. Violations of your right to medical privacy include medical professionals posting identifying information about patients on social media, the recent overturning of Roe v. Wade, and laws that would prohibit and criminalize providing gender-affirming healthcare to not only trans people in general, but specifically transgender youth. Another right we hold in America is protection from discrimination. This includes discrimination based on your gender or sexuality, your race or ethnicity, religion, or whatever else people may choose to be jerks about. An amendment that specifically protects us from discrimination is the 14th Amendment, which gives every American citizen equal protection under the law. Violations of this right include housing discrimination and hiring discrimination. This is basically when an employer, landlord, or other property owner may go, "No, you can't work here because I don't like this demographic that you fit in." Another violation are gay and trans panic defenses. This is where a defendant may claim in court that they were in a temporary state of violent insanity due to unwanted advances from a queer individual. Last, but certainly not least, we have the right to vote. The right to vote include, quite obviously, voting, but I also consider it to include having accurate information about the candidates and topics on the ballot, and having easy access to voting, whether you vote in person or via absentee ballot, or however else you may choose to vote. We have 4 constitutional amendments that protect our right to vote, including the 15th Amendment, which gave African American men the right to vote, the 19th Amendment, saying that women can vote, the 24th Amendment, which eliminated poll taxes, or basically made it illegal to say, "Oh, you have to pay to vote," and the 26th Amendment, which lowered the voting age to 18 years old. Violations of your right to vote include forcing someone to vote a certain way, voting on behalf of someone who has died, and voter suppression. Voter suppression can include many things, including intimidating people out of voting, making polling stations or absentee voting inaccessible, limiting the hours in which a polling station is open, and restricting who can or can't vote. Finally, here are my sources. Today we talked about some very important rights that American citizens hold. We went over your right to medical privacy, protection against discrimination, and the all-important right to vote. This has been News. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed.